What up, fishing fans? It's your boy Madbro Angler, and today we're gonna unbox, review, and give our first impressions of the Daiwa Alphas SVTW 800 XHL from Fishing Villa. Let's do this. Before we start, just a bit of a disclaimer. I did not purchase the featured reel. Fishing Villa graciously provided us with said reel for us to review. That's why I am wearing gloves to avoid fingerprints and or possible damage. So huge shout outs and mad props to Fishing Villa. Another thing that I would like to add to that, this video is a first take unboxing, review, and reaction video. The reason for me doing this is for you to have some expectations should you decide to purchase said reel. And lastly, I am not in any ways a professional tackle advisor. Everything that you would hear from this video are all my thoughts and opinions and does not reflect the thoughts and opinions of Daiwa and or Fishing Villa in its entirety. With all that being said, let's jump into it. Alright, so here's how the box looks like. So like I said in the intro, this is the Daiwa Alphas SVTW 800 XHL lefty. If it has L, that it means it's a lefty reel. Alright, so here are some basic specs of the said reel. So it has the hyperdrive digigear, which we're going to explain later on. Hyper armed housing. There are two variants of this. It's the magnesium one and the aluminum one. This one has the aluminum one. It has the hyper tough clutch. The T-wing system, it has the SV concept because this is the BFS reel. If you're not familiar with the BFS, BFS stands for Bait Finesse System. So BFS is mainly used for light fishing or ultralight fishing and or fishing pressured spots. What I have on my hand, it's the 8.1:1 gear ratio. The reel weighs the reel weighs 175 grams. Max drag would be 4.5 kg. One rotation of the crank handle will net you 81 centimeters of line, and it has 7 ball bearings. So if you're not familiar with the hyperdrive digigear, this came out last year, 2021. So what hyperdrive digigear is, they pretty much made the teeth bigger. So whenever you try to crank the handle, it will mesh into the teeth evenly, therefore you having a smoother cranking experience. As of this recording, this bad boy costs 13,600 pesos in Fishing Villa. Right off the box, we have the reel. We have the SLP Plus coupons, probably for SLP discount if you want to pimp up said gear. It also has the warranty ID. Also, we have the instruction manual. That's pretty much it. First impressions of the reel, it's weird. The cranking, it's not as buttery smooth. It's smooth, don't get me wrong, but it's not as buttery smooth as I expected. According to Daiwa's official website, this has a hyper armed housing, another proprietary technology from Daiwa. That means the chassis is either made of magnesium or aluminum. This one has the aluminum counterpart. So the middle chassis, and this is made of aluminum. The crank handle is made of aluminum. The crank knobs are made of EVA, high quality EVA, and the size of the crank handle is 85 mil, which is pretty much a default for all Daiwa reels. So it's not mentioned in the box, but it's worth noting that this bad boy over here also has hyper double support. So that means the pinion gear is supported on both ends. If you are familiar with bait casters, most bait casting reel brands have their pinion gear supported by the pinion yoke. So just one. For Daiwa bait casting reels series 2021 and onwards, the pinion gear is supported at both ends. it's supported here and it's supported here. So that means whenever you crank the handle, the pinion gear pretty much does not shake. It's very easy to palm. It's very small, and I have very small hands for a guy. And this reel is very palmable, which is good. Another thing that is not mentioned in the box, this bad boy has a Zion Star Drag. Zion is a proprietary carbon technology by Daiwa. So this has the ultimate tournament drag, so that means the drag engages when it reaches a certain threshold. Another thing that is not mentioned in the box, this bad boy has a SV Duralumin spool, which is commonly used in high-end reels such as Tees and Zillion. So this is the Hyper Tough clutch. This is firm to the touch, doesn't have any give at all. This is the T-wing system. The T-wing system is made of, looks like an aluminum, and there is the worm drive, the worm gear, hyperdrive logo there. So there's the 8.1 and the Alpha's branding. If you take a look at the side plate, so this is the brake side plate of Daiwa Alphas, and the knobs are in the bottom side. This bad boy is made in Thailand. Alright, so let's do the basics. Nice. The drag clicks. The attention knob. Here's the attention knob, by the way. No logos whatsoever. He kept it clean and simple. Tension knob does not click. The brake knobs, it does click. Brake knob, brake power goes from 0 to 20. Does it have a drag clicker? No, it does not. To open the side plate, there's a small lever in the bottom. It has an indicator. Right now it says locked. So just flick the switch. After flicking the switch, you should now have access to the spool. So here is the Daiwa Alpha spool. Has a short spool spoke, similar to the Daiwa Zillion and Steez. Let's go ahead and weigh this bad boy. So, I'm not sure if the camera is picking it up, but it weighs 12.5 grams. And let's see how much the actual reel weighs. The reel weighs 175.5 grams, so very close to what is advertised. Alright, so it's time for our first impressions. Alright, so here are my first impressions of the Daiwa Alpha's 2021 edition. One thing I do love about Daiwa is how the curves of the reel folds into my hand. No jagged edges, which is good, very palmable. If you recall the Daiwa Tatula CT editions, it's very reminiscent of that. Another thing that I like is, for a BFS reel, they integrated the hyperdrive design and also the hyper double support. For its price around the $230 US mark, it should have all the bells and whistles. By the way, the reel comes with a 7:1 7.1 to 1 gear ratio as well. I have the 8.1 to 1. Did not mention that on the video earlier. Another thing that I also forgot to mention earlier, it has a MagForce Air. So that means the brakes are designed for what they have on the Daiwa Alphas are the brakes designed for solely for BFS. It's a bit tighter compared to its non-air counterparts. And the last thing that I like about the Daiwa Alphas is, for its price point, the chassis, the handle side brake are both aluminum, which is confirmed they're a bit cold to the touch. For such a small reel, it's built like a tank. The problem is, we can't say much for their performance. Only way to find out is to battle test it. Alright, so if you are interested in getting the Daiwa Alpha's 2021 SVTW 800 XHL, you can visit Fishing Villa or you can visit their Facebook page, Fishing Villa Tackle and Outdoor. I will leave a link in the description down below. Don't forget to click on like, share, and subscribe, and don't forget to click on that bell notification icon so you won't miss on any unboxing videos. Alright, so once again, I'm your boy, Fishing Villa Pro Staff Mad Bear Angler. Peace, tight lines, till next unboxing video, stay safe and take care. Nah!